They say every empire falls, but no one remembers how. Before history was written, before kings ruled, there were powers beyond our understanding. Ancient scrolls spoke of a war, not between men, but between truth and eternity. A war that erased entire civilizations and left behind only ruins and whispers. Some called it divine judgment, others the wrath of forgotten gods. When the sky split open, men saw what they were never meant to see, a storm that devoured kingdoms. A silence that outlived time itself, and then they vanished, the empires. Welcome to History vs. AI channel, uncovering the secrets heaven tried to hide. Before the dawn of humanity, before time began to move, there was harmony in the heavens. But one being, once radiant among the angels, chose pride over purpose. His name was Lucifer, the light-bearer. Scripture says he fell like lightning from heaven, but few understand what truly happened next. His fall was not an ending, it was a beginning of something far greater and darker. When Lucifer was cast out, he did not fall into fire as most believe. He descended into the unseen realm, between the divine and the mortal world, a place neither heaven nor hell could claim. From that void, his influence seeped into creation, quietly shaping kingdoms, thoughts, and empires. The fallen one didn't disappear, he adapted. Lucifer's brilliance didn't vanish with his fall. It evolved into deception. He learned to disguise his voice within kings, prophets, and rulers. Ancient texts call him the prince of the power of the air, suggesting his dominion isn't under the earth, but all around it. Every whisper of corruption, every thirst for control, carries the echo of his pride. From Babylon to Rome, the same spiritual signature reappears. The worship of power, self-exaltation, and false gods, all tracing back to one source. As empires rose and fell, Lucifer's unseen hand sculpted civilizations. He needed no throne, only willing hearts. While the world imagines him beneath the earth, Revelation suggests otherwise. The dragon gave the beast his throne. What if that throne still exists, hidden not in hell, but within systems that rule mankind today? Religion, politics, technology, each carries a reflection of the same ancient rebellion. As mankind multiplied, so did ambition. Lucifer no longer needed to speak. His ideas spoke for him. The desire to build towers that touched the heavens, to play God with creation, to rule instead of serve, all born from the same rebellion. His reflection lived inside human hearts. The Bible hints that Lucifer offered Jesus all the kingdoms of the world. That means he owned them, or at least influenced them. Power, fame, wealth, control. These were not human inventions. They were his tools, crafted in heaven, corrupted on earth. From Eden's whisper to modern temptation, the same serpent voice remains unchanged. It never shouts, it suggests. You will be like God. Humanity listened, generation after generation, building a world in Lucifer's image without ever seeing his face. Every age repeats the fall in new forms. Ancient idols became ideologies, rituals became algorithms, and temples turned into glowing screens. Lucifer's brilliance wasn't destroyed. It evolved with us, hiding inside progress itself. In Revelation, the beast receives power from the dragon. Some believe this refers to a future event. Others claim it's already happening, in systems designed to replace faith with control and God with data. The throne of Lucifer may not be made of fire, but of code. Long before Noah's flood, ancient watchers saw the rise of corruption and warned mankind, but their voices were silenced. Some believe Lucifer used their fall to mask his own, hiding behind their legend while spreading his rebellion further into human bloodlines. Empires that rose in his name always end the same way. In ruin, Babylon, Egypt, Rome. Each carried his seal of pride. Each was brought down by its own reflection. The devil doesn't destroy. He allows you to destroy yourself. For centuries, it seemed his voice had faded, but silence is his camouflage. He no longer needed prophets or angels. He had influence embedded in the system, in our screens, in our words, in our desires. So where is Lucifer today? Not beneath the earth, not trapped in chains, but moving through every place where truth is mocked and pride is worshipped. His kingdom isn't a location, it's a mindset. Lucifer no longer fights belief. He bends it, reshaping truth into pride and worship into spectacle. The holiest places now echo with ego, and in every false sermon his presence hides, unseen but powerful. He no longer offers forbidden fruit, he offers thrones, to kings, to preachers, to anyone who listens. His voice promises greatness, but what he truly gives is corruption dressed as destiny. Lucifer doesn't rule from flames anymore. He rules from the screen, in every post, every lie, every fight that divides. His kingdom is built on attention, and every second you look, he grows stronger. In the noise of our modern world, Lucifer no longer hides in the shadows. He moves through screens, through voices that echo pride and hate. Every argument on the street, every post meant to divide, it's his language reborn. The devil doesn't need fire anymore. He uses frequency. Once he was the most beautiful of angels, and now he teaches humanity to worship beauty itself. Every filtered face, every staged moment, every heart craving validation, they are prayers whispered to him. Pride was his first sin, and now it's ours. Heaven's enemy learned a powerful truth. Holiness can be sold. In glass temples and gold-trimmed pulpits, men speak of faith while counting offerings. Lucifer's greatest victory wasn't rebellion, it was turning worship into business. Not all who served heaven left. Some angels remain, watchers bound by silence, grieving the world they once guarded. They move unseen among us, knowing the war is not over, only paused, waiting for humanity to wake before it's too late. Hell isn't beneath your feet, it's beneath your choices. Every injustice ignored, every truth twisted for power, every heart hardened by greed, fuels the same ancient fire. The flames never died. They learned to hide under civilization's mask. There was a time when man and God walked together, a covenant sealed in light, but desire whispered louder than faith, and the bond shattered. Each generation rebuilds its tower, thinking it can reach heaven again, forgetting who waits at the top. They called him the morning star, the bringer of light. But not all light leads home. Every age has seen him rise again in power, in art, in human pride. His beauty blinds before it burns. He doesn't need to be seen. His reflection already lives in us. The question has never changed. It's not where Lucifer is. It's who listens when he speaks. He offers freedom without consequence, knowledge without wisdom, pleasure without peace. And the world, generation after generation, still answers his call. Empires rose on the ashes of Eden. Men built cities in defiance, reaching higher than the clouds that once held angels. The same fire that forged civilization also forged arrogance. And deep beneath the smoke, the old whisper lives: you can be your own God. Lucifer's power no longer wears horns. It wears reflection. In every mirror, in every moment we compare, judge, or envy, his seed grows. Vanity was the first deception he learned from beauty itself, and now it blinds us more than darkness ever could. Eden was not destroyed, it was corrupted. The serpent didn't die that day, it multiplied. It speaks through every ideology that replaces faith with logic and every science that forgets the Creator. His voice sounds modern now, calm, persuasive, enlightened. They say the war in heaven ended. It never did. It simply moved into the hearts of men. Every act of love weakens the shadow. Every act of hate feeds it. And above the clouds, unseen by mortal eyes, the same war burns on, silent but eternal. When faith fades, a false sun rises. It promises light, but it burns truth to ashes. The prophets called it by many names: pride, empire, revolution, but all were faces of the same shadow. The light that blinds is not always divine. Hidden among sacred texts lies the story heaven never allowed to be written, a record of the fall, not from grace, but from truth itself. The Book of Shadows was not meant for mortal eyes, yet pieces of it survive, in whispers, in symbols, in nightmares. When the fallen were cast down, the heavens wept fire. What humanity calls meteors were not stones, but remnants of angels stripped of glory. Every streak of light in the night sky is a memory, a witness to rebellion older than earth itself. Lucifer learned that rebellion doesn't need noise. only influence. It spreads not through swords, but through thoughts, slowly twisting truth into convenience. It doesn't destroy faith. It redefines it until light and darkness sound the same. Humanity no longer fears hell because it can't see the chains. They're made of comfort, distraction, and endless desire. The devil doesn't need to chase souls anymore. He just keeps them busy enough to forget they have one.
Some say one still walks the earth, the last messenger, unseen but watching, waiting for the balance to tip. Not angel, not man, but a remnant of heaven's first order. When the shadow finally takes form again, he will be the one to stand. In the darkest ocean trenches there lies a throne, older than Babylon, colder than creation. The fallen built it to mock heaven's seat, carved from the bones of their own kind. Even the sea trembles when it remembers who once sat there.
They say somewhere between heaven and earth stands a gate, neither open nor closed, waiting for the day of reckoning. The watchers guard it, chained in light, for they know if it opens again, even angels will tremble. In every generation, heaven plants a new seed, a place untouched by corruption, a chance to begin again. But the serpent always finds its way back. The test never ends. Eden isn't lost. It's waiting for those who still choose faith over pride. Before the stars, before the fall, there was only one light, the voice of creation. And even now, beneath all the noise, that voice still speaks. Every heartbeat that longs for good, every tear shed for truth, that's how heaven still answers. Where is Lucifer today? The answer was never hidden. He's not lost. He's waiting, watching through humanity's reflection. But so is the light that first defeated him. The war that began in heaven will end in the hearts of men.